Imagine this, every morning at 7 a.m. your Power BI report automatically updates with the latest data. Your stakeholder open it and see today's number. No email from you, no manual export, no refreshing. Just fresh data automatically, that is schedule refresh. Let me show you how to set up this inside Power BI services. Welcome to episode 5. I am Pankaj. Today we are covering one of the most important feature of Power BI services, that is nothing but schedule refresh. This one feature alone save your hours of work every week. First, let me explain what refresh actually does. When you publish from desktop, your data is a snapshot. It is the data as it existed when you last loaded in desktop. In service, the data is stored in the dataset. Schedule refresh tell Power BI service to go back to your original data source, like your SQL or maybe your SharePoint, Excel files, and to pull the latest data automatically on schedule what you define. Based on your frequency, it will pull that data from the source to Power BI services based on the schedule refresh. So your data set is always current, and every report built on that data set automatically show the latest data too. We'll see by navigating to Power BI services how you can schedule a schedule refresh in Power BI services. So I will quickly navigate to Power BI services. And so in last video we have created the finance reporting pro workspace. So within that we have published one report end-to-end project. So this is the report and this is a semantic model or data set. If you click here, you can see schedule refresh. So on clicking here, you will see this interface. So here we have some setting related to semantic model like data gateway and cloud connection, data source credential, parameter, refresh, data connection, Q&A, explore. There are lot of option available here. So we'll not focus on each option. So today we'll focus on how to schedule a refresh using gateway. Okay. So if you click here, gateway and cloud connection, here you can see I already install the personal gateway. Okay, on my system. So there are two types of gateway, one will be personal and one will be like standard gateway. Okay, we'll see that in detail. So once you go here, you can see personal gateway and this is running on my system. Okay, this is my system name. So if you have not installed any gateway, then it will not show any gateway here. So in order to have the schedule refresh, the first condition is you should have your gateway installed. Then data source credential. Now within that particular report, we have all our CSV file. Okay, so here I have to not do any credential related stuff. But if you are working with a SQL or SharePoint, you have to sign in with that particular SharePoint site or you have to sign in with that particular database using user ID password. Then only it will show. Else here it will show some warning icon. Okay. Then if you click on refresh, so here you can define the refresh. Okay. Here are the different time zone. Here you can see a lot of time zone are there. Okay. Based on your time zone. Okay. You can select any time zone. Then based on that you can select the schedule refresh. Okay, so for time being I will select anyone. Okay, let's say I'm selecting central time US and Canada. Okay, and here up to that you have to enable this configure a refresh schedule. Okay, in that we have two options, weekly and daily. And if you click on daily, there is an option to add a time. Okay, so here I can add the time. So let's say first refresh should be 1 a.m, then second refresh should be, let's say, 1:30 a.m, 2 a.m. Okay. So always remember, okay, the refresh frequencies depend on which license you are using. And again, there should be at least 30-minute gap between two refresh. Okay. So first is 1 a.m., second should be 1:30 a.m. So you cannot set up another refresh to 110, okay, like 120, okay, 1 p.m. and 20 minutes or 1 a.m. and 20 minutes. That is not possible. There should be always 30-minute gap between the refresh. Okay. Schedule refresh time is totally depend on the which license you are using. Okay. If you are using the Pro license, then you can have the refresh 8 times within 24 hours. If you are using the premium capacity, then you can go for 48 times refresh within 24 hours. Okay, that is totally depend on the what type of license you are using. Then there are some option. Okay, send refresh failure and critical warning notification. Now let's say you are the owner of this particular semantic model. Okay, so if you want to notify yourself, then you can always click on this particular option or tick on this option. Okay, if you want to send a notification to the report consumer or maybe your colleagues or your manager, okay, then you can just include these contacts and you can just type their email here. Okay, let's say I'm just typing again. Let's say I have signed in with the same email ID, and again I am adding this contact. Okay, if you just apply, so if refresh is failed, then this person will notify that your refresh is failed due to XYZ reason. Okay, it will have some refresh failure error information. So you have to fix that error, and after that your refresh will start again. You have to keep in mind one thing. Okay, so once the refresh is fails in a line three times, automatically schedule refresh will stop. Okay, and after that you have to solve that error, and then again you have to configure, or you have to just schedule again. Okay, so whenever the refresh fail in a sequence three times, then refresh will stop automatically. So this is how you can schedule a refresh. Okay, I think here some overlapping time is there. Okay, so if I just select 2:30, so you cannot have the two refresh to same time. Okay, that is the reason it is showing that warning. Okay, 2:30. Okay, this is fine. If I apply now, then you can see end to end project refresh schedule is updated. Okay, so now refresh is scheduled. So every day at 1 a.m., 1:30 a.m., 2 a.m., 2:30 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., this report will automatically refresh. Means Power BI services will go to the data source and it will pull the latest data from the data source. Now in this case we have CSV file, but in actual if you have the your database or SharePoint, okay, it will pull the data from that particular source, depend on what kind of source you are using. Now here is the thing that trips up almost everyone when they first set up refresh. If your data lies in the cloud like SharePoint list or an Azure SQL database or web API, Power BI services can reach it directly. No extra setup is required. But if your data lies inside your company network like SQL Server, on your Office server, an Oracle database, or any local Excel file or CSV file, Power BI services cannot reach it from the internet. That is where the data gateway come. The gateway is small piece of software you install on your computer inside your network. It acts as a secure bridge between Power BI services and your data source, and it will act as a bridge to pull your latest data from source to Power BI services. If you need a gateway, your IT team or Power BI admin usually set up one up centrally. You just connect your data set to that gateway connection, and you can schedule refresh as per your frequency. Now in my system, I have downloaded the on-premises data gateway. If you go to the Power BI services and in the download, here you can see all the different download option. Okay, for Power BI desktop data gateway. If you select the data gateway, it will navigate to Microsoft website. Okay, so download standard mode, download the personal mode. Okay, so standard mode will be used for enterprise level, and personal mode is it is installed on my system. So if my system is offline, then that gateway will not refresh any data. Okay, so in general, companies standard mode are utilized. Okay, because that will install on your server. Okay, and server will not go offline. If anyone from your team, let's say there are four people working in any team and they have used the personal mode gateway, okay, to install in their individual system. If all four people are on a leave, then that gateway will not run and your report will be not refreshed. Okay, but that is not the case with the standard gateway. Okay, that is installed on your server, so it will run even your all four people are on leave. So that is the benefit of using the standard gateway. In company, standard gateway are used, but just to show the demo, I will use a personal gateway. So download personal gateway. So here you need to click, then it will download one application. I already downloaded. I will just show you that. So here you can see your gateway is all set up. Okay, you need to just sign in. So I will just sign in. So you have to make sure whatever email ID you are using to sign in with the Power BI services, same email ID you have to use to sign in with the gateway. So once you sign in there, so it will show that gateway is running here. Okay, I already sign in with my same email ID. Okay, Pankaj at the data with Pankaj.com. So here it is showing it is running. Okay, and after that you can do all this stuff, and ultimately you have to click on the schedule refresh. Okay, your data will start refreshing based on the frequency whatever you have scheduled. Now I am navigating to same semantic model. Here you can see end-to-end project. So there are two options. Okay, refresh now and schedule refresh. Okay, refresh now is nothing but your on-demand refresh. This is schedule refresh. We have configured using the gateway. If you click on this three dot, here is the option refresh history. Okay, you can check actually when that data is refreshed. On demand means it has refreshed manually. Okay. Now we have set up for 1 p.m. Okay. Once that refresh is success, here it will show schedule refresh. Okay. So depending on the refresh type, whether you are refreshing manually or whether you are using gateway, it will have the two types. Okay. On demand and schedule. Okay. And it will show the start ending time. So what time is required to have this data set refresh. Okay. Here you can say it is just took around 1 minute. Okay. To refresh the complete semantic model. Okay. If it is taking more time, you can see here. Okay. Start and end, it is mentioning the time, starting time, ending time, and along with your date. Okay. And again, status is completed. If your refresh is failed, then it will show failed. Okay. And you will have that notification over the email if you have scheduled that particular option to notify the end user or to notify the semantic model owner to have that notification based on the refresh failure. Let me give you the three most common refresh error and how to fix each one. Error 1, data source credential are invalid. This means your username or password for the data source has changed. Fix, go to the dataset setting and then data source credential and update the credential. So most of the times, if any data source related credential is changed, let's say you are working with a SQL server and from the admin team they have changed the username and password, so your refresh will fail. So you have to make sure that you will have the latest username and password updated in Power BI services. Error number 2, gateway not reachable or offline. You are using on-premises gateway in that particular case. Whenever your system is off, then that particular refresh will not be success because your system is offline. So in companies, most of the times, standard mode gateway is utilized. And the last one error, okay, timeout or query too slow. So your data query is taking too long time for Power BI. Stop it before it's finished. Means your refresh is taking more time, that may be the one reason that cause the refresh failure. So you have to keep in mind this particular error. These are the common error I have faced during the multiple schedule refreshes. Okay, so you can also have this particular thing keep in mind while scheduling the refresh inside Power BI services. Now we'll cover the PL 300 question for this video related to Power BI services. So there will be four questions. I will read each one by one. A Power BI data set connect to SQL server inside the company network. Schedule refresh keep failing. What is the most likely solution? Okay. So upgrade to premium license, install and configure an on-premise data gateway, move the SQL server to Azure, republish the report from desktop. Okay. So here I think B is the correct option. Okay. Install and configure the on-premises data gateway. Okay. So we need to install the gateway to have that particular refresh schedule. Okay. Question number 2. A Power BI Pro user want to schedule their data set to refresh every 2 hours throughout the working day. It is possible. So now here every 2 hours, let's say within 24 hours, we can have the 12 times. Okay. 8 refreshes per day. Okay. So this is the correct answer. Question third is a refresh fail with a data source credential are invalid. What is the correct fix? Okay, so republish the report from desktop, delete the data set and create new one. Go to the data set setting, data source credential, update the credential, reset, restart the Power BI desktop on your local machine. So I think option C is the correct answer. Okay, go to the data set setting, data source credential, update the credential. So once any credential is updated, you have to make sure that that credential is updated in Power BI services too. But for which gateway mode should you use for production workloads that require refresh to run even when the developer laptop is off? Okay. So this is very interesting question. Okay. So I already mentioned two types of gateway. One is personal mode, another is a standard mode. Okay. So personal mode will not work in this particular case because if your system is offline, then that gateway will not run. So in this case, we have to use for standard on-premises mode data gateway. Okay. So this is the correct option. Because today, okay. So we have discussed what is a scheduled refresh, then what is the data gateway, their types, how you can select the different time zone, then how you can see the refresh history, refresh type, whether it is done using the on demand or using a scheduled refresh. Okay. Top three error. And episode 6 is all about sharing, how to share reports securely, the difference between link sharing and direct access, and how to revoke permission when needed. See you there. If you not subscribed to the channel, do subscribe and share with your friend who are learning Power BI. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.